All right, so now on the line with us, let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room. He's doing the play-by-play on ESPNU. He's the voice of the Princeton men's basketball team. Let's welcome in Derek Jones to the locker room. Good morning, Derek. Derek, you there?
Not yet.
I guess we're drawing a blank here. Derek, you there? All right.
All right, we'll try again.
We'll try again.
Nick will get it down.
Nick will get it down. I guess where there's a problem. We're here talking with Steve Weinstein, who's the owner of Realty Remediation. Are we there? We got him on? Nick?
Yeah, now.
Okay. So, Steve, we're here. Steve, you're giving away a lot of great stuff, man. I think you're nuts.
Well, we wanted to promote this, and
You sure did. Let's look at it. You got everybody who shows up, fills a card, will receive one free pest control service to people in our listening area.
that's right.
That's in and of itself. But it gets better. 4 people win 3 years' worth of pest control services that include 3 regular visits with any issues.
That's right. It's a very good service, especially down
I got
the
those
shore
little
area.
ants in my house.
Ants are brutal down here.
What
for
is
the
it with
summer.
that? Why does it's just the
It's just a very good season. It's been warm.
How do you treat them? How do you get rid of those?
Inside the home, there's no sprays. It's all done with gels. It's a food that we actually feed the ants and allow them to do what they do naturally. And
No, I thought those little white things that have the ants crawl, they don't even go in there.
No, they call for friends. Come on over and have a good time.
Come on down. We got free food here. We got them going. All right, let's. We'll get back to that,
Yeah.
Steve. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome in Derek Jones. He does the play-by-play for ESPNU down there at the MAAC Tournament at Boardwalk Hall. He's also the voice of the Princeton men's basketball team. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, guys. Thanks.
There you
for
are.
having me on. Appreciate
All right, Derek. Hey, this is a pretty cool tournament. We saw 2 years ago that St. Pete's had that run. I mean, how exciting was that? And Mike Carlin and Nick Earnshaw, the guys, are all going to be down there tonight. How much fun? How exciting is it for you to do this?
Well, I think it's a lot of fun. I think that to be able to be exposed to this environment has been really cool to see. I've heard so much about the MAAC tournament over the years. I've watched it on television before. So just to be a part of it is really cool. And then last night's games were just sensational, especially the last 5 minutes. That was dramatic television, my friend.
Hey, Derek, let me ask you, as a play-by-play announcer, how cool is it when you have a game like the way it ended in the last couple seconds? Your emotions, you got to keep it in check and describe it for the listeners. But how cool is that? You probably pray for something like that.
I mean, I know Quinnipiac fans may not want to hear this, but you know, upsets are good for college basketball in some sense, but also close games are almost even better. And to be able to see kind of how that game played out in the stretch and then to see it end on a buzzer beater, I mean, that's what you want as an announcer. The drama of March and everything that goes with it, and an upset kind of thrown into the soup as well. I mean, that's what this time of year is all about. And I think in the other games with Marist and Fairfield, I think the one thing that kind of sticks out is the fact that, you know, you feel so badly for Max Allen of Marist, who was so emotional at the end of that game because of the 1-1, 63-61, his team was down, had a chance to tie it, and then he misses the first free throw, and that's as close as his team got the rest of the way. And he couldn't watch the rest of the game. And you feel for him, but that's what this time of year is about. For a lot of these kids, this is it.
Hey, Derek, it's Michael. We met last night, and
Yeah.
I got to get a really close-up action of exactly what it's like to do the play-by-play by just sitting behind you. And for the people that, you know, we just take it for granted. When you're in the car and you're listening to these guys doing the play-by-play, the preparation that they have to do, Billy, to get ready for these games, to just know the names, what they're good at, it's an art. And Derek, I praise to you and everybody else who does the play-by-play, whether it's for national television or radio, whatever. The work that goes in and the work from behind that you have to get ready for the game is just really something that just opened my eyes up. And I thought I knew a lot about basketball, But when you sit next to someone like yourself and the gentleman next to you, it's a whole different. I look at you totally different. But getting to tonight's game, Fairfield and St. Peter's, what I got out of the St. Peter's, I only saw them once this week. But the game that I saw last night, the physicalness of they have, and it wasn't like one star was taking over the game. They just play as a group. They play 8, 9 guys, and they just come at you. What is your take about tonight's game?
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate that. It takes a village to make all this stuff happen, and we've got a lot of support behind us to make it work. To your point about St. Peter's, talking to Tom Pecor before the game yesterday of Quinnipiac, he said that this team reminds him of 83-84 Georgetown. And he meant that because of how physical they were. And he may or may not have been joking when he said this, but he said they foul you like 3 times before you get to the basket.
That's true.
So because of just the style of play for them, I think it really puts a challenge on good offensive teams. I mean, look, the last 2 games we saw Quinnipiac play one of their worst offensive games of the year. Matt Palank up until the end really didn't do anything. And then, of course, they put Ryder in a sleeper hold for 40 minutes. So I think they make it very hard, and I think one danger tonight for Fairfield, they've got to dictate the tempo. At no point in last night's game, while you're watching it, did you feel like Quinnipiac had control of the game from a tempo standpoint?
Hey, Derek, it's Josh. I want to ask you about the other side of the court, which is Fairfield. You know, for those who may have been watching, whether it's on the ESPN Plus or whatever platform they were watching last night where you called the game, it was very obvious that there's one guy on the court for Fairfield that's got a lot of attention. It's the young man from Cape May Courthouse in Wildwood Catholic High School, Caleb Fields. He hit some crazy clutch shots to help Fairfield win that game last night. What is your takeaway on Fields and Fairfield?
Fields is great. I mean, 40 minutes. He played just wire-to-wire, great game, 22 points. I think most importantly, though, in games like this, you can't be scared. And you're going to fall behind at some point in these games. And as Fairfield did last night, you've got to have somebody who kind of keeps you in it. And I think that's the big thing that Fields was able to do. He kept the team calm, and you see these teams with veteran players, and Fields is one of them, who is like a floor general. And I think that was a big part of the performance last night. And I think he's going to play a big factor in it as well because, remember, Jalen Leach really didn't get going until the second half of that contest. He finished with 13. But he was shut out in the first half, couldn't really get anything going. The Marist defense did a great job against him. But I think when you take a look at what this game's about tonight, Fields has to do it again because you know St. Peter's, with their athleticism and length, they're going to try to take away a lot of those explosive guys, especially at the rim, like Bryson Goodine and Jalen Leach. Like those two may have a tough time against a team like St. Peter's. Although in the 2 games this year, St. Peter's lost both times to Fairfield, but we know March is a different beast.
Derek, before we let you go, there's one important thing we got to ask you about, which is you know 2 of the guys we work with each and every week, Nick Earnshaw, Danny Ryan. They're 2 guys. They're not just producers for the shows here on the station. They're also an integral part of some of the things we do at the station. So you got any good tidbits on Nick Earnshaw or Danny Ryan for us?
Well, Danny, I'll need an hour. Nick is like a great point guard in college basketball where you just stick him out there on the floor for 40 minutes and he's just going to do his thing. So he was great for us. He was awesome. Danny was really a good leader for us at a time at the radio station where we needed one in the sports department. And he's full of energy and life. He would send me videos from time to time of the guys, having a good time and stuff like that. But very passionate guys, and I kind of miss them on a day-to-day basis and their energy at the radio station. So I don't have anything super negative to say about it.
We're not looking for the negative.
No, not looking for negative.
Hey,
Just
listen,
a little
Dark,
insight.
I got to tell you this, Dark. I really enjoy having both Nick and Danny as a part of my show, and obviously under your tutelage, they've really excelled, and they're an integral part of what we do here. And we couldn't be more happier with those guys. But we really appreciate having you on, and the guys will be down there.
I'll see you tonight.
And have a great call tonight.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. You got two good ones there, and Danny and Nick. So glad that they're having success and fun with you guys, and we look forward to more from them. And, of course, enjoy the game tonight.
All right,
Absolutely.
thank you. There he is, Derek Jones, play-by-play announcer down at the MAAC Tournament for ESPNU. He's also the voice of the Princeton men's basketball team. Look forward to a great tournament tonight, and appreciate having him coming on. I want to remind people, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store in Summers Point. Go down there and tell them we said hello. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. Now, we're broadcasting live at Realty Remediation right down here in Marmora, New Jersey. Come on down. Everyone who shows up, and we'll be here till about 2 o'clock, right, eating lunch and having fun. So even though the show's over, you can still come on down, fill out a card. Everyone that fills out a card will receive one free pest control service. 4 people will receive a year's worth of pest control service that includes 3 regular visits. 1 person will win free termite control. That's a phenomenal gift. 2 free Phillies tickets she's giving away to a Giants game. 2 tickets to 5 Blue Claw games. Got to get down here to win. Free food and more. Come on down. We'll be down here until 2, Steve, right?
2
Hooking 'em
p.m.
up?
at least.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, hook them up.
When we return, we'll wrap it up. I can't believe how fast this show went. It's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Mike Carl, and Josh Henning as we broadcast live from Realty Remediation right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers Hornets tonight.